What's up, everybody? ArrgThePirate here, and today we're gonna play Kakoen in the solo lane. Now, he's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He's nothing like Paragon had, but we're gonna give him a shot. Now, this is my first match with him, and guys, he's crazy strong. Just absolutely insanely strong. Now, I am kind of running a different deck. I'm kind of trying to get into building decks on my own. And if you see, I started out with that Warrior's Blessing, and then I'm building some armor, and then I also have a potion, which one thing about Kakoen is he doesn't have mana. And this kind of goes into all of his kit and everything like that. You, in a sense, build up rage. And once your rage meter fills up, then you go into Hulk form, or that kind of Mr. Hyde form, and you are insane strong. He can use his ultimate in his human form and in his demon form, just back to back, and it makes for some insane damage. And guys, he's an absolute blast. I highly recommend trying him out. He is by far the easiest hero I have played in the solo lane. And you can see here, this is whenever I go into freak out mode. Now guys, I don't really fully understand when I can tell that freak out mode's about to happen. I thought it was the orange bar just below your health, but I don't believe that's right. I believe the dog head, when it fills up, that's when you go into rage mode. But I'm not exactly sure. I think if you really want to get better with this guy, learning when to enrage, things like that, and kind of timing around that enrage is the way to go. But again, guys, this is my first match with him. I just went in and played him. And he is, again, he's an absolute blast to play. I really enjoy playing him. And, you know, that does have to do with him being insanely strong. Now let's briefly go over his abilities. I don't know how to time his enrage and things like that, and I'll definitely have to figure it out. But just starting off, the first things you need to know is, hey, he doesn't have mana. He's got that kind of rage bar below, and that depends on, you know, when he can use his abilities, things like that. It doesn't really have to do with mana, and I like that. One less thing to worry about. But his number one, he throws his spear whenever he's in human form, and whenever he's in his enraged form, he actually hits the ground and kind of does this like shard ability to everything in front of him. You know, it's kind of a ranged attack in a sense. And you can see here we went into our enraged mode, guys. I don't know how. It just happened. And that's one thing. If you don't drain his rage, you will just go into enrage mode automatically. 3 is kind of a leap for human form, and then it is a charge for your demon form. So that's your escape or your catch-up ability, and you can see we use it here. We go in on that Bellica, whatever her name is. We go in on her, and guys, we delete her. And then their jungler shows up, and oh, we're doing work. She's on the other side of her minions, guys. That was just a bad choice. And we're able to get a double kill. And this is how you know he's broken, guys. I got a double kill and I don't know what I'm doing. But we were able to take both of them out. Now, lastly, his ultimate is when he's in human form, he swings his spear in a big circle, knocking enemies up. And this also restores rage, which, you know, hey, building rage is what you want to do with this guy. When he's in his ultimate form, he has this huge AoE circle where he screams and does a bunch of damage, and it sucks enemies towards him. So, you know, you're kind of that, you go from being a good solo hero to being a godlike tank with the damage of a solo hero. He's so good, guys. He's so good, and I gotta, this is the only game I've played of him, and it was awesome. I had a lot of fun, and I gotta say, if you want to get into the solo role, this guy would be a very easy pickup for that position because he's pretty easy to play. You know, it's not overly complicated. You don't have to worry about mana, things like that. And you can see the way we built, we didn't have any mana pots or anything. We just went into that health pot, and I like it. It feels very good, very solid. And, you know, being able to dish out the amount of damage that he has is insane. You know, I can't really comment like, hey, this hero needs a nerf or anything like that. But I've never felt more powerful with any hero in Smite than I did with this guy. I just got a double kill and I don't even know my abilities yet. He's so strong, guys. Now, one thing that you need to know about that solo lane is it's all about rotating. You want to clean that wave up as quickly as possible and then go ahead and rotate. You know, pushing into that tower, you know, just like any tower within Smite is very, very dangerous. You know, try to get your ganks, try to clean that lane up, get it shoving in the right direction, and then rotate. You know, and that's what we're trying to do here. You see, we go ahead and use that ultimate, and then boom, we go ahead and just dive that tower a little bit. You know, we are in our enraged mode. So if I can get these minions under tower and Bellona, I think her name's Bellona, guys. If she pushed up there, oh, we would just absolutely delete her. She did end up backing off, so, you know, we go ahead and leave our minions to damage that tower, and then we're going to rotate. I'm going to head to either mid lane, you know, head to my jungle, go ahead and pick up my mana camp. Now, since you don't need mana with this guy, it does help with your HP 5, which is health regen, or yeah, HP 5, and then MP 5 is your mana regen, of course. And, you know, we have some enemy presence. Head over here. I don't know what this person is, but they delete me. They absolutely do work on me. Oh, it feels bad, man. But hey, no problem. I needed to go back to base anyways, right? At least we kept the mana buff out of their hands. We didn't allow them to steal it. But yeah, back to the mana and mana regen. That's actually applied to your health pool. And I believe that that's, if you look just above my faceplate, you can see that 45 plus HP. I'm thinking that's just, hey, I've got 45 more health because, you know, of my mana. And that's awesome. You know, like I said, guys, he's pretty easy to not have to deal with just the entire lot. And oh, that Bellona. I'm pretty sure her name's Bellona, guys. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. She ends up getting out with nothing, but hey, we've got some minions under the tower, and we're very healthy. I'm going to go ahead and just go in. Like, hey, let's make something happen. We actually end up going into our Berserk mode, and we finish her off easy peasy. Oh, man, we're doing work on her, guys. We're definitely doing work on her. It feels awesome. I am able to snag their blue buff, which, you know, I end up not picking it up. And then I go back and grab it. And hey, you know, picking up that blue buff, that's absolutely awesome. You know, getting that mana regen, but really, you know, keeping it out of their hands is the big thing. You know, we don't want them to have it. And, you know, hey, that's great. Now, one thing I have noticed is, or one thing I've experienced is, when you are under tower, it's better to focus on the minions. Get the minions down and then worry about the tower unless the tower's about to fall. Instead of focusing on the tower in those early stages, you don't do just a whole lot of damage. Your minions do much, much more damage than you. So focus on those minions, get them down, and that will, you know, keep your minions alive for longer and have them focus on the tower instead of focusing on your wave. Now, I do have the teleport relic, and I'm going to try to, I've never used this thing before. It's actually recommended to use this, so I just tried it out, and then I actually end up getting ganked here, and this is, watch my power, guys. Now, Fenrir, I believe, he ends up pulling me out of the tower, and that's okay. I'm going to delete him for it. And then Bellona's here, and oh man, we're doing work, guys. Look at this. We're at half health still. This is absolutely insane. We end up going into our Berserk mode. Here it is. Here's the ultimate. Boom! We get to use that ultimate and take them out. And then we're going to shove the tower. Oh, we get a double kill on. Not only we take out their jungler, their solo laner, and their tower. That's just almost disrespectful. This guy, I don't understand him yet, but he is fun. That is for sure. Now that my tower's down, I'm really kind of out of my laning phase. Of course, I do need to maintain that lane. Don't let it push, you know, unresponsibly. But I'm really out of my laning phase. We're going to actually go in on this mid lane Anubis. And, you know, hey, he's able to root me, but guys, we end up going into our freak out mode again. Just delete him. Feels good. You know, we're 6-1-0. Yeah, this is awesome. Fenrir's here again. Guys, I am working on the names, I promise. But he's here again. And hey, we're able to get a little bit of, you know, trade back and forth. Now, if you see my jungler's in that, you know, just to the side of the jungle there, I was trying to bait him out, but I think he might have had vision on her. I'm going to head back to my lane. You know, that unfortunately we stayed in mid lane so long that they were able to push down, and they're actually going to end up getting my tower. So, you know, I just gave up a tower after that great play. And hopefully we can, you know, take this Bellona out. But, hey, she ends up ulting away. I missed with my ultimate. Oh, she must have just been right out of range with it. Feels bad, man. But no problem. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, take out this next wave. And then, you know, just continue to rotate. You know, there's no sense in pushing that lane. Now, my support, you know, she did get caught out there. And, you know, I wish she wouldn't have gone into the jungle there. But, hey, no problem. Hopefully, you know, with me heading over there, hopefully we can actually both get out safely. And I'm getting low. And then we have another hero show up. I'm going to end up going down for that. You know, that was just a bad call. You know, we should have just pushed that lane and retreated instead of going for that jungle invade, you know, and that just caused an unnecessary death. But no problem. We're still having a very strong match so far. Now, once I do spawn back in, my team is engaged in my side of the jungle. You know, we do have a little bit of a presence here. I'm going to head over. You know, my team is stacked pretty high in this side. And you can see Bellona's here. So we're going to go ahead and start poking her down as much as we can. And then they're actually taking out the Pyromancer. And we end up snagging that away from them. End up getting a kill as well. Oh, feels awesome. You know, taking away a buff from the enemy team. That, you know, that's great. You know, that's our speed buff. You can think of Pyromancer as quick exit. You know, the quick exit gem in Paragon. They're very similar, although the Pyromancer is a buff, not, you know, it lasts for 90 seconds. It's not forever. But, hey, no problem. Now, their ADC, guys, I've played her, and I'm absolutely terrible with her. I just don't understand what she does. But, hey, I was going back for that Fenrir, but we ended up just destroying their team. Oh, feels good. We should be able to push this lane now. And, you know, unfortunately, my team kind of had different ideas. We should have all stacked together. You know, after making a play like that, definitely stacking together, all three of y'all, or four of y'all, rather, pushing a single target would have definitely secured that target. But instead, we kind of staggered what we were doing, and we're not going to end up being able to secure an objective near as well as I would have liked. I end up trying my best to take out this solo lane. But you can see, guys, downing towers takes a lot more effort than, you know, just one hero, especially solo laner. And I am building a little bit tanky. You know, I'm not building just pure damage. So it's going to take me a little bit longer to take it out. And then we have some rotation. You know, I'm just not going to be able to do it by myself. It would have been much better for our team to stack up and, like I said, go for a single objective and just have one person solo push instead of, you know, that complete dispersal of everybody. That really kind of ruined that great opportunity we had. Now, my jungle ended up dropping my blue buff, but I see there is an engagement. I was going to back, but I see, hey, you know, let's get into this engagement. Let's help out where we can. We end up getting that awesome ult up off and, you know, getting a double knock up. We end up going after the damage dealer. You know, that we want to take out Anubis as quickly as possible. Then we're just kind of, you know, chasing around. There's, as long as Fenrir's running towards, you know, our side, we should be able to make something happen. I end up engaging into this chick. Now, again, guys, I have no idea what she does. I don't know anything about her. And, you know, she's got this weird stun thing. I'm assuming that's her ultimate. And it hurts, guys. We ended up going down, but my team did manage to wrap up that kill, so we traded. You know, I thought we would have had a lot more rotation there, but it's unfortunate. Is what it is, though. Now, one thing, the biggest thing I have noticed personally within Paragon and Smite when comparing the two is positioning, guys. Kill times are so much faster in Smite. So, if you get caught out, you know, it's not, hey, I'm going to have to back to base. It's, hey, you're dead. And, you know, rotating for team fights is so much more important than it was in Paragon. Of course, in Paragon, it was always important. You wanted to rotate, you wanted to work as that well-greased machine. But even in solo queue, you know, solo queue Paragon had a lot of solo fights, things like that. And you see them a lot less within Smite. There's a lot more team fighting. There's a lot more, you know, having good positioning, rotating. You know, it's not so much just stay in your lane, push that lane. You know, hey, my team's fighting, I'm just going to solo push. That's not so much the deal. It's more, hey, my team's fighting, I need to quit what I'm doing and hopefully I can get over there fast enough. And that is one thing that, you know, I'm going to have to wrap my head around. Now, my Guardian was, you know, she got caught out a little bit. We were able to head over there and, you know, kind of get them away. You know, I did end up burning my ultimate for it, but is what it is. Now, I'm going to port to our mid lane, and yeah, I was trying to cancel it at the end. You know, my Guardian, she actually left back. She went back. You know, that was a bad teleport. I needed to stay in my lane to finish that wave off and not, you know, just rush to mid lane. Mid lane fell. I should have just left it alone. We burned that teleport, which, you know, that's on such a long cooldown. Guys, I don't know if I'm actually going to use that relic. You know, this is the first match. This match has got a lot of firsts in it, but this is the first match I've ever really used it. And I'm just not a fan of it. I'd rather have some kind of sustaining relic, or, you know, just a better tuned relic to fit my playstyle. Teleporting, you know, I never used the card within Paragon, and I'm not using the relic now either. Now, we should be able to absolutely delete these people in this fight. You know, we've got a better team collapse, and, you know, with me frontlining, we should be able to just delete these people. Sure enough, we end up getting a double kill, but we end up losing 2 people as well. We take out Bologna, and that's nice. It'd have been nice if our Guardian would have headed over. You know, we probably wouldn't have had one of those deaths there, but that's quite all right. You know, we're gonna continue to move on. We ended up taking out that T2, but we need to get back to our duo side because it's about to fall. Now, we're pretty even on the tower game, so, you know, it is what it is. But we are, you know, we're a little bit ahead on farm. You know, we've got a couple more kills, which feels good. You know, I'm 10-3-5, guys. It's awesome. I go into my rage mode here in the jungle, and again, guys, I don't know how this really works. We're able to collapse here at the mana camp, but, you know, they end up dipping out. But Bologna is here. You know, hopefully we can do some work on her. And, you know, hey, this is a bad situation. We need to get out. And whatever this chick's name is, you know, she ends up going in. You know, but we need to get out of this fight. Now, our Guardian is just chasing these kills. So, you know, we're gonna head over there to help her out. You know, that was just an unnecessary chase, in my opinion. And even though we might be able to get a kill or two, you know, we end up absolutely getting deleted. And this is really the turning point of the match. You know, all of us getting caught out. You know, them getting 4 of us down. You know, just that chase, and what we did by going towards our Guardian, we ended up letting ourselves get surrounded by the enemy. If you saw, the enemy was just completely all around us, and I mean, that's absolutely terrible. And that's exactly what I was saying about positioning, guys. Positioning in Smite is absolutely huge. And you could see just that little bit of position, and we all got deleted so quickly there. You know, it feels bad, man, but what can you do? Now, we end up spawning back in. We got to go back to our lane. I just used that teleport to head to mid in case I needed to be there, and then I just head to my lane from there. And I get it pushing in the right direction. You can see I'm not pushing that lane, guys. I'm just setting it, rotating. I end up going into rage mode, you know, again. I need to figure out how exactly rage mode works. Now, guys, this is the one tip I can guarantee to give you. When you're in that type of situation right there, turn around and leave. When you force that type of situation, you're going to get rotated on, and the enemy team is going to delete you. If they got a couple of guys under tower and you have all the enemies left up, Y'all need to rotate elsewhere, you know, go pick up Gold Fury like I went to head to, but just leave that situation. You can see my team staying in that situation, and we're going to end up going down here. I head over to try to do what I can, but I end up getting deleted. You know, I knew better than that, but, you know, we need to leave that situation. You could say, oh, if y'all would have all stayed there, you know, it might have been different. But if we would have all stayed there, it'd have been the same situation. We'd have got ganked because they would come in from beside us, behind us, all over. They're not going to come into that fight in a straight line, because if they did, we'd kill them all. They're going to come in at different angles, things like that, and you can see, this is what happens when you stay pushed up. You know, we end up all going down. You know, and this fight turned from, you know, hey, we had a very solid match. This was a very, you know, we were doing great, to holy moly, you know, this might be over. And it flipped just from being in bad positioning. You know, I did go in after it was way too late. I should have just backed off, but, you know, I want to die with the team kind of thing. You know, my team's going to make bad decisions. I want to be there with them making bad decisions, because that is how you learn. Now from here, you know, we are kind of scrambling. My team is all in that mid lane, and then we see something going down in the solo or in the duo lane. So I'm going to head over there, try to actually snag this kill. I'm just not able to get to it in time. And then I'm going to teleport back to my lane, you know, and so you can see that relic did work pretty nicely there. It allowed me to chase but still maintain my lane. And then, you know, again, we're just kind of waiting for something to happen. I end up heading to mid lane, go ahead and get that ult. We want to take out this Anubis as quickly as possible. He's that big damage dealer. We want to get him out of the fight. Sure enough, we're able to take him out. That's absolutely huge. Getting their mage out, getting their burst damage dealer out, you know, that's massive. And then, you know, I kind of get out of position there. You know, my team is a lot further back than I am, so I'm going to head back to my team. You know, this does allow the ADC to poke me down quite a bit, and we end up going down. You know, it's unfortunate. You know, we didn't, you know, that was just bad positioning all around. You know, taking out that Anubis at the beginning was absolutely huge, but we just didn't have, you know, the follow-up was just a lot different. My assassins, or the enemy's assassins, were going on my back lane, and I was, you know, in that, dealing with that ADC. You know, we should have grouped a little bit better, but, you know, is what it is. Now, guys, again, I don't like surrendering. You know, I would rather lose the match, especially if the enemy team deserves to win. You know, we were stomping these guys at the beginning of the game, in my opinion, and, you know, they definitely deserve this win, so I'm not going to surrender, you know. But, hey, let's let them win the game. They did a great job, and hopefully showing off, you know, we had two just absolutely horrible plays, and they ended up in 2 team wipes and cost us the game, but it was a fun match all the same. Kakoen is, I think that's his name, he's an absolute beast. Y'all could see the damage I was putting out. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Kakoen gameplay, guys. He's a beast. Y'all definitely need to try him out. He's an absolute blast to play, and I really enjoyed him. Well, if y'all did enjoy, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, add me on Smite. I'd love to play with y'all, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.